name is Diana, and today we're gonna make something that I've been making in my quarantine life, even when I was in Egypt and I had limited supplies and places to get supplies at. So recently I just returned from Egypt. I was deployed there, and during the COVID-19 lockdown we weren't able to leave the camp to get supplies like normal. So this made me have to be innovative and creative about getting nutrition, which wasn't always so available on the camp there, due to supply issues and other things. But I was kind of missing a combination of fresh fruits and vegetables, as well as one day I had a craving for Jamaican style juices, which tend to have ginger in them, fresh ginger. So the one nice thing about being deployed in the Sinai Peninsula was that our store there on camp had fresh ginger like this. So what I was able to do was get some ginger, get cucumbers from the dining facility where we ate at, and then also I could either get lemons at the dining facility or sometimes they were available in the store. And fortunately they also had coconut water. So what I did, since I had one of those tiny blenders like this, it wasn't a Ninja, but you know, this is like a cheaper Walmart version of a Ninja. You don't have to have the best, you just need something that can blend your stuff and cut through some tough vegetables and fruits. So first what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make what I call, like, it's kind of a lemon detox water with cucumbers, ginger, and lemons. It's fresh and it's got a little bit of a nice bite to it that makes it feel like you just ate some really good, fresh, healthy vegetables when maybe the rest of your food was all frozen and you couldn't get stuff like that. So I'm making this not with the fanciest things, but with something you could make in a hotel room that only had a mini fridge and possibly a microwave. In fact, you don't even need a microwave to make this. You just need possibly a fridge if you're gonna have leftovers. And other than that, if you can get yourself some lemons from a buffet or from any store, if you can get some fresh ginger on you, it helps when it's fresh. It has more of a bite then, it tastes more nutritious. And some fresh cucumbers, then you're good to go. You don't really need coconut water, but it kind of helps take away the bite of that fresh ginger. So that's why I like to use it. So here, you don't even need anything fancy. I just squeeze the lemon juice. You know, you need a knife. You gotta cut that stuff somehow. You can innovate though. So I'm just gonna squeeze this out. No fancy juicers, nothing. You don't need a lot to do this. I'm going to squeeze maybe about 1 or 2 tablespoons worth of lemon juice into this cup here. The reason I'm using a cup to squeeze this into instead of going directly into my blender is in case I get seeds, I can fish them out with my fork here. Just one handy fork. I'm using a metal one because it's better for the environment, but if you only have plastic forks, they will work. So here we are. We could make this almost in a cave. You don't need that much fancy stuff to do it, but if you want to go high end, you could. You could go somewhere and buy fresh squeezed lemon juice if you want, but this is by far the easiest, laziest, and cheapest route. And if you're currently in quarantine, this is good for your immune system. Lemon juice has vitamin C in it, it's good for hydration. Ginger has anti-inflammatory properties in it, and it's also been good for colds, flu, even weight loss, arthritis, lowering blood sugar. And cucumbers, they're good, they're nutritious, they're low calories. All this just is low calorie, in fact. If I didn't use the coconut water, which there's no extra added sugar in there, but coconuts, they're sweet, so they have their natural sugars in them. So this has about this little 8 fluid ounce of organic coconut water that I got. Doesn't have to be organic, any coconut water works. When I was in Sinai, I couldn't find organic anything, so I had to go with what I had. but now that I'm in Florida, I have a little bit more freedom in that regard. So I like the coconut water. Like I said, it adds a little bit of sweetness to this otherwise very detoxifying bitter drink. But you know, you could do straight water. Regular water is fine if you don't have coconut water. It's just that bite in that ginger, if you don't have a liking for spicy food, you might need to put some juice of some kind that's a little bit sweeter in this with that water, so that you can, you know, not kill yourself with the strength of the ginger and the lemon juice. So I'm just peeling off the peel on this ginger root. It depends on what kind you get. Some are harder than others. But I'm just using a knife, the same knife I cut this lemon with. You only need one. You can get, you know, just get the edges off. It doesn't have to be perfect because you're gonna blend this stuff up anyways. So you're just taking your peel off here so that you can slice up the middle of that fresh ginger and put it in your blender. I'm gonna move this lemon juice to the side so I don't spill it. I have about 2 tablespoons here, I would say. So, getting this peel off this ginger really quick here. I'm a little fast on this today. I don't want to make everyone wait too long, but usually I take this a little bit slower so I don't cut myself, and also so that I don't waste any food there that I could be using in this smoothie. So now it's pretty cleaned up here, no peel left anymore. You can see that right there. So now I'm gonna set this aside on this. I just kind of slice it up, like no specific way, because like I said, we're gonna blend this eventually. But I do like to just section out into smaller pieces. It's pretty crunchy when it's fresh. So I just kind of cut it into little cubes like that. And then I'm gonna throw that. This is one of those, like, this blender cup is like an upside down one, so you have to start like this and then later the blending part comes on top. So that's why I'm making this upside down. Normally I would make it right side up in a different blender. I'm gonna put my cubes of ginger in here. This is enough. If you have sensitive taste buds, I wouldn't go more than like this tablespoon right here. But me, I kind of like it spicy, so I'm gonna do the full piece I peeled up, and I want a little extra zing in this. So I'm gonna go about 2 tablespoons of lemon, or fresh ginger, I mean, not lemon. So I got my 2 and 2 tablespoons ginger. Like I said, if this is your first time trying this, don't do more than 1 tablespoon of ginger. That fresh ginger is pretty strong, unless you know you like it. Okay, so I just poured my lemon juice in there. So that's all we got so far. It's not a lot of ingredients, really. It's very simple things. Most of these you can get at the grocery store pretty inexpensive, especially if you don't buy them organic like I did. But if I have a choice, I'll spend the money on organic because health is wealth. So invest in yourself always. That's one of my mottos. So I'm just cutting these cucumbers, slicing them up. I'm using mini cucumbers in the case. Like, these are like those little mini Persian cucumbers. You don't have to. When I was in Sinai, I used the big one, and I probably only used a quarter of that, or maybe half of it, depending on how much of this detox water juice. It's neither a water nor a juice. Like, when I was going to the resorts in Sinai, I remember that you would go there and you would get detox water. So it's basically just like bottled water with some fresh sliced cucumbers in it. And there was also some lemons in it, and no ginger, by the way. So this is kind of like a variation on that. Like, if you mixed this detox water from the resorts I used to go to, which would just be your water, your cucumbers, and your lemons, just like this. But in this case, I've just put some fresh water in here because I don't want to go full coconut water. You could, it might taste better, but I don't want to go too much sugar. I like to keep it a little lighter. Nothing in here has sugar except the coconut water. Now it's natural sugar, so I don't really find a problem with that, but I just like a little, I love the smell and taste of coconut everything. So I'm combining the water because I want to get some extra hydration in here. And both lemons and cucumbers are good for hydration. So what I'm doing that's different from the detox water, which you don't have to blend by the way, is that I've added this fresh ginger and this coconut water to this. And then, it's interesting. This one seems to have a little color in it. I've never used this brand before. It doesn't say there's anything other than organic coconut water in it. It's by a Harmless Harvest, organic coconut water. So it says that it's naturally pink. If you leave pure coconut water, it looks like grape juice, you know, like that Gatorade grape juice. If you leave coconut water alone, and we do, varying antioxidant levels can affect how it naturally turns pink. This process is natural, so we embrace it. They're also fair trade. So that's nice. I never knew that before. I've never seen pink coconut water before during my lifetime. So learned something new today. You know, I want a little bit more cucumber in this because I don't know if it's because of that pink color or like I just want it to look more green when it's done. And I'm not sure if it's going to even look green now that we're dealing with pink coconut water for the first time here. But we'll see how this goes. This is all very experimental for me. So see how much of these I can fit. Maybe I can fit the whole thing in there. I think I can. Oh, that's exciting. So I'm gonna get a lot of cucumber in this. This is gonna be very refreshing and hydrating, and like I said, it's low calorie because the only thing in here that really is gonna have any calories that are even noticeable would be this coconut water. 70 calories, 17 carbohydrates. So if you are someone that's sensitive to carbs, just beware of that if you use coconut water. Maybe it's better to not use that and just use regular water. Or a little bit of juice in that for the sweeter effect. So I've just turned this over, and I'm gonna get this out of the way here so you can see this better. Now, it's ready to go, but I have to plug it in. And for the purpose of this video, I'm not quite prepared. Like I said, I'm working out of a hotel here. So this is not my usual home, and I am in transition between Egypt and Pompano Beach, Florida right now. So we'll see. Should be in Boca Raton next week, just in time for the Thanksgiving holiday. So here we go. We're gonna push the button. It's ready to go. Let's see. Now what I'm doing here is I took what could be an infused water. If you just let these things sit in your regular water here like this, then you could just make infused water and pour that water in your glass, and it's gonna give a little flavor to the water. It's gonna give some nutrients to it. But in my case, I want it a little more raw. I want that fiber that's in these things. I want what's in a Jamaican juice bar, ginger juice sort of deal with the only difference here is I don't have a strainer or a juicer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drink all this pulp, and doesn't hurt. It'll help keep you regular if you need help with that, which I don't, being a vegetarian, but some people might. Look at that. So nice and green now. I want to pulp it a little bit more, pulse it a little more, just to really mix it up well, make sure it's all ground. Sorry about the sound, I'm sure that's nightmarishly loud if you can hear my voice over it. So, here we are. Let's look at this closer. You see how the color changes? It's kind of nice. You can see that extra green in there from the cucumber. and you know, it's kind of foamy. So this is like I said, it's kind of like an infused water, and it's also a bit like a smoothie and a fruit juice. Only we have the pulp in it. So let's try this and see. Oh man, you know what? I think I put too much cucumber in it. Should have just stuck with one and blended it longer. It's a little pulpy for what I usually make, but it smells delicious. Let me try this. You know what? It tastes amazing. It's fresh. It's a little crunchy. Crunchier than I like. So in this case, I would say what I did, that extra tablespoon of ginger, not necessary. You get a little pulp, but not a lot when you, not as much as this. Maybe use a strainer if you don't like the pulp. I don't mind it, I'll eat it. It's like having a salad, you know. Healthy, nothing wrong with it. But it does taste kind of like, drinking a salad. A fresh detoxifying salad that's good for your health, your immune system, it's good for your skin. It'll give you that nice glow tomorrow. It'll help hydrate you. So if you want to look good 2 days later, drink some of this. Oh, what I said I did wrong. So if you wanted what I normally make, which is a little more water and less pulp, only use 1 tablespoon of ginger, two tablespoons of lemon juice, even 3 is better. Maybe use regular coconut water, not this pink stuff. Although, if it's natural, I don't see what's wrong with that. It just looked like food coloring to me. And more water, and also do 1 cucumber or 1/4 of your regular sized cucumber. Don't do the whole thing or half of that or 2 of those. I put too many cucumbers in here. That's why it's so pulpy, and possibly I could have standed to blend it for a longer amount of time, but I was in a hurry. I didn't want to wait. I just wanted to taste that smell. I might put it back in my blender and blend it up a little more so it gets smoother and more drinkable. But overall, I'm happy with the result. Tastes good, smells good, so fresh.